Imagine turning waste materials into wealth, earning daily income from that process, and harvesting up to 100 kilograms of black fly larvae every single day, processing them and turning them into finished products like this that you can see right now. Now, that's what I intend to show you in this video. My name is Mack Diasa from Mack Diasa Farms, situated in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Now, I've helped over 100 people to start their successful BSF farm, and I want to also help you to start yours. Watch this video, stick to the end. I'm very sure you're going to learn a lot of things on how to start this practice and earn a lot of money from it, or at least cut down the cost of your feeding. Plus, I've written a detailed guide called Black Fly Farming 101. It's a detailed guide that will guide you on how you should produce, or how you can start your own farm and produce up to 80 kilograms of black fly larvae every single day. More of it will come later on. I want to talk about why black fly larvae farming is profitable. Number one is the low cost of production. Recall that we use waste materials, organic waste materials, to feed them. So our entry cost is very low, almost zero. Okay, in most cases the only thing you need to buy is just the PKC. So if you have poultry waste available, pig waste, you can ferment them and use them. And if you also have waste from the market, like fruit scrap from the kitchen, those are stuff that you can use to feed your livestock. Okay, so the low cost of production is something that you should keep in mind. Now, something else you should also keep in mind is that we have very high demand for black fly larvae. Like, I no longer take small orders. If you want to buy 50 kilograms from me, I no longer take that. The only orders I take is from 500 kilograms and above, like 1 ton, 2 tons. Those are the orders I take. So there is high demand for black fly larvae. Now, another thing that you should consider is that this has a lot of potentials, market potential, because there are a lot of persons who actually need this. Almost all livestock farmers, they need black fly larvae, and that's why this is important. I used to tell people working with me in the farm that this insect is one of the most important insect that God used in blessing mankind, because it can turn waste materials into gold. Okay, so right now I want to show you the step-by-step guide that you need to follow to create or to start your own black fly larvae farm. So the first thing you need to do is to either get some black fly eggs or get pre-pooper. Now, if you cannot get eggs or you cannot get pre-pooper to start your colony, you can attract your flies from the wild. Now, I've made a video in time past. Click up there, you see the video. You can go watch how to attract this insect from the wild. So the next thing you need to do is to build up a space for them. Now, when I started my own farm, I literally did not have money to clear the piece of property. Like, I did the clearing myself. Then I looked for money to put up this structure, and I didn't even have money to buy plastic crates. I was using tires as my crate. But as the business grew, I was able to expand into biopond, and maybe by the next time I'm making another video, you would have seen my wooden crates. I'll probably have up to 300 to 500 plastic containers within this same setup. That way, I probably will be able to do up to 2 tons per harvest. So you see that you don't really need to start this big in the beginning. If you're just trying to test the market to see if it's something you can do, or if it's something that is best fit for you, you can start small from where you are. I know some of us will probably have some unused space in our environment. Maybe we'll have old poultry houses that we're no longer using, or a pig pen we're no longer using. We can start there. Start small, learn the process. If it's something you think is best fit for you, then you can upgrade. So the next thing you have to prepare is your waste material, the organic waste material you are going to feed to your larvae. Now, you can go to the fruit vendors and get, let's say, pawpaw peels, get watermelon peels, and any kind of waste materials from the marketplace, And what I normally suggest to people, if you're using that as part of your substrate, it is important for you to blend that your waste to a paste and keep it in a drum like this to ferment for a couple of days before you feed it to your larvae. Now, the reason for fermentation is to allow the microorganisms to further break down the substrate in order for the larvae to easily feed on it. Now, if you want to learn more, you can get my book. I talked about it more and more. All right, so get waste from the marketplace. If you have a poultry house near your farm, or you want to incorporate this in your farm, there's already a poultry farm or a pig farm, the waste from your poultry farm is going to be instrumental in feeding these larvae. There's a downside though. If your substrate, I mean the chicken waste, is fed with too much sawdust, it may temper with their growth rate, and some of them may even have stunted growth. So keep that in mind when you're using your waste to feed your livestock. So the next thing you have to keep in mind is how to manage and harvest your larvae. Now, when you collect your eggs from the love net, or your insectarium as we call it, the next thing you should do is to hatch the eggs. More of that in some other episode, or you can refer to previous videos, or even get my book. I talked about how to harvest the larvae. Now, once you have harvested the larvae, it is important for you to take record of how and when you collected the eggs and when they hatched. Usually they mature between 10 to 14 days, so you can have two harvest section in a month. Now, if you look closely in my farm, you see that I numbered this my crate, this my pens. For example, now this line is called F1, okay, and the day that I introduced the neonates into this biopond was on the 14th of November. Okay, so from 14th of November till today, I know how many days they've taken to get here. Now, I noticed several things among my pond. Okay, I was able to notice the difference. For example, the sawdust material in the poultry waste that I got was too much in this part, in this F1, in this F line, and therefore their growth was not as much as expected. Their growth was a bit slow. So without proper record, you will not know the part that are doing well and the part that are not doing well, and you will not also know how to go about managing the challenges. All right, so you must keep that in mind. Now, the next thing I'll also tell you about is how to market and sell these your larvae. These birds are just barely a month old, and majorly what I've been feeding to them is just black starfly larvae, and I give them a little bit of the commercial feed just to augment, okay, and they don't even like to eat it anymore. Now, speaking of how to market and sell black starfly larvae, that's a very important part of this video. Now, one of the ways I sell my larvae, of course, I've got a lot of people online who are interested in what I'm doing. They do reach out to me to sell, to buy from me and things like that. But in case you don't have that kind of audience, the first thing you should do is to contact people who have poultry houses, right? You can introduce this thing to them. Now, if you look at my packaging on how I dry and package the black butterfly larvae, in order for me to increase the shelf life, you see that it makes the business to be very viable. It means that I can even keep or extend the shelf life of the larvae. I can keep it for up to a year as long as they are dried and there are no moisture in it. They won't go bad. Okay, so I can sell my larvae to people in Lagos, to people in Benin Republic, to people all over the place. Initially, my plan was to sell on Amazon, sell the black sapphire larvae on Amazon, but the only drawback I had, or the major drawbacks I had, was I had to get FDA approval, and it requires a lot of money to get that. So I just decided to stay back and start from my local environment. So in your own case, you should meet those who farm pigs, you should meet those fish farmers, you should meet those who rear chicken, whether it's broilers or whether it's layer birds. You should meet them, and those are your customers. People keep asking me, are there potentials in this thing? You already see it. If there are no potential, I will not be putting my life, sweat and blood into this whole venture. It's because there's a lot of potential, And because this is a relatively new concept in this part of the world, a lot of persons don't get to know about it. It is the best time to get into it and get a foothold of the market and become a leader in this I don't know what to call it, the industry. You can also sell online, you can make videos and put on YouTube or social media. That way you get a lot of free visibility, and you probably will not be able to handle the orders that you're going to get. Now, I did a feasibility study in my book that I wrote on the things you need, what you need to get in place. All of those details, the figures in Naira, they're in the book. Do get it, and you'll get more information. There are some value-added products that you can introduce into the farm in order for you to scale into millions. The first thing you have to consider is the frass. The frass are the poo, the excreta of the larvae. They are organic fertilizers, very, very rich fertilizers, better than these commercial fertilizers that are giving us diseases everywhere. So one of the byproducts would be the organic fertilizers. Once you process your waste materials, you harvest your larvae, you collect those frass, which becomes the organic fertilizer. You put them in bags and you can sell them to farmers. Okay, so another byproduct would be the eggs you collect, the excess eggs you collect in your farm. You can also sell them in grams. For example, 1 gram goes for 1,000 naira in Nigerian naira, or let's say 70 cents in dollars. Another thing you can also sell would be the pre-pupa. The pre-pupa is something that you should absolutely get into. Now, pre-pupa are sold for 10,000 naira or 8,000 naira, depending on the quantity you are buying, or even for 6,000 naira if you're buying a lot of it. So those are the byproducts of this farm that you can add to your own farm and scale to millions. And if you are scaling to millions, you have to be doing up to 4 ton or 5 ton of fresh larvae. And if you are doing 4 ton of fresh larvae, you should be left with about 1 or 1.5 ton of dried larvae at the end of the day, depending on the size of your larvae. Now, when it comes to the packaging, you have to keep several things in mind. In my own case, I wanted to go for a very beautiful patches that are beautiful. Okay, I know I said beautiful twice, but that's the point, the whole idea, to get something classy, something that can compete with the international market. My goal was to actually sell on Amazon, but because of FDA regulations, I couldn't really sell there. So I had to come down to my level. You can come down to your level to use these packs. Okay, these are made out of cartons, right? And they are quite cheap, right? So I'll bring the cost of my production down. Now, if I harvest 4 tons of fresh larvae, listen now, 4 tons of fresh larvae, and I process that 4 ton, I probably will be left with 1 ton of dried larvae. Now, if I have 1 ton of dried larvae and I divide 1 ton by 500 grams, I should be left with 2,000 of these packs. 2,000 of these packs. Now, know that if I sell 500 grams of dried larvae for 2,000 naira and I have 2,000 packs, you already know what it should be by the time I'm done selling it. So if I have that quantity, if I have 2,000 of these selling for 2,000, that's automatically 4 million naira. That's over 1,500 US dollars. So that's how you scale to millions, and I guarantee that you can sell these in 1 month. There is no limit to what you can do. Since they are dried, you can sell. If you're in Lagos, you can sell into Abuja, you can sell to Osun, you can sell to Osogbo, you can sell to almost any state. It's just for you to do your proper networking, do your proper marketing. Now, if you want to learn how I package this, I have a special course for it because I went through the thing and tick to learn how to do it. So hit me up, I'll show you how to set it up. So I want to talk to those who probably don't have enough money to get started. And I want to encourage you that you can start from where you are. Even if you have a little space, you don't have to be afraid that, oh, these things, they might probably smell and disturb my neighbors. No, they have, these larvae, they have a special quality in them. Once you put them into a substrate, they kill off the smell, like there will be no smell again. And you can choose to use wheat brown, okay, substances that don't really smell naturally. But if you're using poultry waste, you might have a little challenge the first few days. But after a few days, they must start breaking down the waste and it will no longer smell. You can start from that little quarter that you are in, and learn the process, learn how the business is done. And even if you don't want to sell, don't want to package like I've done, you can actually, use it to cut down the cost of your feeding your birds or your fishes. Okay, now I usually tell people who are fish farmers, you cannot be a fish farmer in Nigeria and you don't have black soldier fly larvae farm in your setup. You should have it, because I know how much you sell one bag of blue crown, right? It's expensive. But with black soldier fly larvae, you can be at peace. You have rest of mind. You'll not be wondering, oh, where do I get money to buy feed? I don't have money. Then your fish will not go days without eating. But with this, you can just go into your farm, scoop in some larvae, filter them, and sprinkle it on to your fishes, and they will have a nice time. They'll get the nutrition, run protein within them, and they are good to go. Let me also tell you about the nutritional analysis of black soldier fly larvae. Number one, this black soldier fly larvae is 40%, the dried one for that matter, it's 40 to 43% rich in crude protein. The next thing you could get from it is 23% to 26 to 31% crude fat. The moisture is about 10%. The crude fiber is about 3 to 6%, and the calcium is about 3 to 4%, and the phosphorus is about 2 to 4%, and lysine is about 2%. So these are the qualities of black soldier fly larvae. Of course, it may vary in your own case because of probably what you're going to feed to them. But like I've said in my videos, they do very well when you feed them to animal waste, waste from the marketplace, that's a fruit waste or vegetable waste, what you call it. Feed it to them and they will do absolutely well. They will grow the largest they can. And once your chickens or your fishes or your pigs eat a couple of it, they will be filled, okay? And you'll be saving cost and then going to the bank at the end of the day with a lot of money. So this is my advice to a lot of Nigerians or anybody, other person watching from any part of the world. You need to get into this farm and start now. My book is still here. If you want to get a copy, I don't sell physical copies right now. I have digital copies. You can reach me on WhatsApp. It's for just $5 or 5,000 naira equivalent. Get the copy. There are a lot of hidden secrets that you will not probably get in YouTube videos because of the short time. There are a lot of images, a lot of things in it that would guide you to start your own profitable farm. Well, I know you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment section. I'd like you to also comment where you're watching from so I can thank you specially or give one or two gifts to people. So I'm going to give a digital copy of this book to 5 persons who will comment where they're watching from. I'm going to select randomly and give 5 copies, but this is going for just 5,000 naira or $5 equivalent, whichever way it is. Get a copy if you can. But with the information you've gotten today, I'm sure you should be able to learn and start something for yourself. But with the information you've gotten today, I'm sure you'll be able to start something for yourself. So have a lovely day.